He'll bring it out. It's Etienne. I know he thinks he can house every return, but some... have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Offense getting set for first down. Wide receiver shows motion. Complete to start this drive. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
One of the things that makes this guy so dangerous is how good he is after the catch. If he's got any space around him, he's able to burst. He's able to make people miss and get extra yards for his offense. You saw it right there.
Throws to the tight end. Wide open downfield. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. So the offense will decline that penalty after the big play. Boy, as a defense, you hate to just hand out first downs on a penalty. Motion from the offense. Takes the handoff. It's Etienne. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
Linebackers have such an amazing responsibility. Got to play run, got to play pass. How about this? Seeing the run aggressively, getting downhill, and getting in the backfield and making a tackle for a loss.
Looking to throw, it's Beck. Feeling some heat. He's going for a big play downfield. And the pass is complete. He's got it at the 20. And he'll take it all the way. They couldn't bring him down. Touchdown, Dogs!
I think a lot of people probably expected to see that, right? They're playing on the road, and you know this is going to be a hostile environment, but they've got the better players, and we've seen that before, and there was no hesitation. Opening drive, they go right down the field, they score a touchdown, and they made a statement.
And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And the final 53 yards coming courtesy of that touchdown pass. Kickoff team lining up to send this one away. He'll bring it out. It's Henderson. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. For a productive play on first down. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Touch pass on the run. And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9. Went to the running game on first down. Now here they come again. Looking to throw. It's Milroe. Working that left side now. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Well, he comes up with the reception, but not a lot of room to run after that.
Yeah, and I like the QB doing this. I mean, I'm going to find ways to give him the football and see if he can make a miss. And I'm going to bet most of the time that my guy is a little bit more athletic than that defensive guy. Defense won this battle, but I like trying to get this guy the ball in space.
And the defense had his hands full, but they finally wrestle him down short of the first down.
This is an interesting decision now for the head coach. You're trailing very early in the game. There's a lot of football left. But you're in a situation where you could go for it here and try and answer after your defense gave up that touchdown on the opening drive.
Still on his feet at the 30. Just causing wreckage in the secondary. They got him free for a big gainer down to the 43.
Well, you got to have a lot of confidence in your offensive line to go for it in that situation of the field at this juncture of the game. But this head coach does, and his offense shows you why. Great job up front getting some push, and the running back knew exactly where he needed to go.
Fast motion from the offense. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Across the 25, he's got room. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby.
And to have a rushing touchdown of that type of yardage, you've got to be able to make something miss. It's one thing to get into the second level, but can you make that last defender miss? And you saw it on that play. Once he was in the clear with his speed, he was gone.
And the extra point is good. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And how about that for a cabaret 43-yard run for 6? Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. And David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a...
He hurls one deep down the left side. Throw to the sideline, and it's complete, and they've got a big play.
And that has got to be a coverage bust on defense. There is no way the receiver should have been allowed to be that open deep down the field. Somebody on defense blew their assignment.
Trying to find his man on first down. Makes the catch. It's Smith.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm.
Second down here as they go back to work after the break. Corners right up on that line of scrimmage. These DBs going to give a little cushion. Takes the handoff. It's Etienne. And the Dogs have a first down.
It's a good-looking run, and I'll say this. I know Georgia's always been known to run the football. They always want to be really physical, but it starts up front. They always seem to have great units on the offensive line. Guys that communicate and guys that get pushed. And they've put many running backs into the NFL, but it's because of these big old hog mouths.
A shot toward the end zone. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play.
That's an example of the offensive coordinator trying to be aggressive and trying to take a shot. Now, the offense isn't able to click on that play, but moving ahead in the second half, it's important they continue to dial up these big plays. You want to stay aggressive, and you want to keep testing the second.
Back to throw, it's Beck. Gets it out fast. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down. The Dogs are in the hurry-up. Wide out in motion. They'll throw it from the red zone. Using the quick game. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. They keep attacking through the air. He caught it. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. We'll take a quick break as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the first half. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. Going for 6. Takes it to the house. Touchdown, Bulldogs. Can these guys just score from anywhere out there? After that drive, it sure looks that way.
And that's what separates really good offenses from great offenses. When you're backed up in a bad position and you can still fight your way out and go get you a touchdown, that's a great drive by the offense.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. So a drive there of 85 yards. And they cap the drive with a 4-yard touchdown pass. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. Here comes that Alabama offense. How about that blocking up front in that running game last time as they just walked it down for a touchdown, Dave?
And the big boys up front doing their job. Opening holes, the backs making plays, everything on the ground on that first drive worked.
And we know that this is the identity this coaching staff wants for this team, right? They want to be the most physical team on the field. Let's see if they can keep it up.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. From the gun, the ground game. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
And the running back didn't get much there. Nice job by the defense. You can tell they're focused in on this running back, on this run game, being physical, getting knockbacks, and limiting his carries.
Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. The receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Back to pass, it's Milroe. He'll pull it down. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely.
Nice job. Nice way to end that play for the QB. He does a really good job scrambling, getting the first down, and getting down. Because defensively, I'm trying to get a lick. Anytime I can hit the quarterback, that is a win.
Alabama comes to the line with 1st and 10. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42.
Well, you got to give the defense a lot of credit on this play because they were doing a nice job understanding who had the football and where they were. So a nice job by the defense rallying around that ball carrier and now not giving up the first down.
Got a little work done on 1st down, now back to the line. Quick touch pass to the receiver. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be 1st down. Clock stops momentarily for the 1st down. They'll hurry to the line. Wide receiver shows motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. 2nd and 7. They're about to run a dirty half-dozen plays on this drive. On 2nd down, he'll fire. Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46.
Oh, it's a missed opportunity. You know the quarterback was excited. He saw man coverage. He thought he was going to have an opportunity to come up with a big play, but up front, they could not protect him well enough.
7th play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. He'll fire to his right. And it's caught inside the 15. Almost took it all the way there, but it's a huge gain, and they're set up with a 1st and goal. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half, maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Just enough time for one final play in this half. They'll use a timeout right before halftime, maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Bama!
And I love that this offense stuck to it. Stuck to the run game. Didn't panic. They got down, but they answered the bell right before the half, and they got this thing right where they want it now. They can tie this football game and hopefully go into the half with a lot of momentum.
And he puts through the extra point. So it's an 80-yard drive, and they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. From inside the 10, here he comes. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. Georgia will kick it deep to start the second half. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. And the returner will be knocked down. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Paul? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
Offense has it at the 28 on first down.
White 53. White 53.
Quick pass on the fly motion. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
Well, I love the aggressive nature of the defense on that play. Everybody playing with eye discipline. They saw the pre-snap motion. They knew who had the football, and you saw guys play with excellent instinct, running downhill and making a tackle.
Dropping back, it's Milroe. Makes the grab on the left. Still on his feet at the 45. And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line. The evolution of the Alabama offense has always been built around what does the quarterback do best, and this guy's doing a lot of things well.
And we've seen some sensational ones. And to your point, I like that. Jalen Hurts, really good runner. They built it around his feet. You know, Bryce Young, really good passer. Tua Tagovailoa, really good passer. More about the passing game, explosive passing plays. So they'll do whatever it takes to win.
The Tide with the 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Got it in the middle, it's Miller. Oh, look out there. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Alabama! And with that one, they jump on top here in the second half. The field position was bad. The finish was great. Great way to answer that poor field position.
Poor field position, no problem. How about it? Great job by the offensive coordinator. This offense getting in a good rhythm early, even backed up, even in a predictable situation. Great job coming out.
And with the extra point, the score is now 21-14. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Fielded in the end zone, it's Evans. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
I think it's really important for them moving forward, too, to have a lot of balance, right? You want to be able to keep this defense guessing.
Yeah, and you got me searching for answers after that last drive. You stack another drive on top of this, their defense's heads are going to be spinning all over the place.
Motion from the offense. Scanning the field, it's back. Release to the back. Gets open down the middle. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one.
That is a really good looking throw. And you think about the expectation level now for quarterbacks at Georgia. Matthew Stafford
trying to get behind the defense. And he makes the catch inside the 20. Touchdown, Georgia! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And what nice play design. You get your speedster, you put him in the slot, you usually get a better matchup, and then what do? You fade him towards that sideline, run a go. Nice ball thrown way out wide. He just runs underneath it, and just too much speed. Couldn't catch him. Gets in the end zone for 6.
And they did make the extra point, and we have a tie ball game here in the 3rd. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they cap things off with a touchdown pass from 59 yards out. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Here comes that Alabama offense. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
But it was a nice job in play calling too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks. And
off he goes. He's inside the 40. Huge plays like that can change the complexion of a game, and he's got it at the 22-yard line. Barely time to catch our breath after that one, and they've got it 1st and 10, threatening just outside the red zone. They'll try the run. They make the stop, but you can't give up 4 yards a chunk on the ground down in this area of the field. It's at the 18.
Well, this offense came into the game knowing they wanted to be physical. They wanted to establish the line of scrimmage, and they're running downhill right at this defense, and they're churning out positive yardage early.
Defense there to stop him after he picked up a yard. Ball's at the 17. Now facing a 3rd down as they line up after the break.
Ready! Set!
Wide receiver now comes in motion. Quick pass on the jet motion. He is tackled, but it'll be a fresh set of downs.
Hard-earned yards, man. You got to get these first downs any way you can. And sometimes it's not going to be easy, and you can't just do it conventionally handing it off. This offense is going to have to be creative. Football is a game of inches, and you've just got to find the angles to give yourself an advantage. That creative play call right there really helped him out.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. That's caught. It's Miller. You're not getting him on the ground. Still on his feet. Touchdown tie. They've got the lead here in the 4th.
And there's so many targets to focus on and so many elite playmakers, and they just lost him. They lost the running back out of the backfield. He catches the football, does the rest, takes it into the end zone. What a nice weapon to have on your team.
The extra point is good, and now in the 4th, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. The kickoff team on the field as they'll send this one away. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Wants to throw. It's Beck. Works the middle of the field.
I want to get my running backs the ball in space as much as possible. And sometimes it doesn't work in the running game. But I can throw it to them. I can try to create some space out wide.
Lofts one high and deep. He got his hands on it, but couldn't hold on to it, and what a time that would have been for their first pick of the game. It's third down now, and they ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. Looking to throw for it. The throw to the outside is complete. And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the first down. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and the defense needs to come up with a stop to close this thing out. The Bulldogs will have it 1st and 10. Pre-snap motion in the backfield. Little over-anxious, out of the stands early, and it's a false start. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Pushed back behind the chains. It's 1st and 15. Fast motion from the offense. Here's a throw downfield late. Catch and stride inside the 15. They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9. Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running. The snap sets up the throw. He got it, and he will score! Touchdown, Dogs!
Great job with the score. And listen, right here at this point in the game, there's still going to be time left. My defense is going to have to make a stand regardless. I'm going to kick the extra point because the field goal still beats me if I go for a 2-point conversion.
Ready to try the point after. And the extra point was good, and we are all tied up in the 4th. Coming down the stretch in the 4th, and we are all tied up, about set to kick it away. From back of the end zone, he'll bring it out. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Tide offense rolls onto the field. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are.
He's loose. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a 1st down for this offense.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at him. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
2nd down coming up.
And here comes the offense on 2nd down. Miller with the ball. Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. They've got some work to do on this 3rd and long from the 40. Dropping back, it's Milroe. Quarterback moving. Trying to make magic with his feet. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a 1st down.
Listen, everybody practices the 2-minute drill and trying to go fast, but it's really nice when the quarterback has his time to get his thoughts clear, understand down and distance, maybe audible at the line of scrimmage. He has that right now because he did a good job getting the 1st down and getting out of bounds.
They'll run it behind the big guys on the left. On the move at the 30. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down.
1st down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another 1st down, gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Grabbed behind the line. It's Haynes. Excellent job working through the air. They're finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down. They've done a really good job identifying mismatches, and they find one out of the backfield there.
Reese, I really don't think it's that hard. My guy is better than yours. Find the matchup across the field. Running back's got some speed. Get it in his hands quickly. Throw it to him fast. Let him make somebody miss against a slower guy that's usually a linebacker.
Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Touchdown, Crimson Tide! And in the final moments, they've taken the lead.
And man, this game has been awesome. Some back and forth. Now you take the lead late. Nice job by the offense. And now you just need your defense to come through for you. One more time. One stop. Less than a minute remaining. Go out there, finish this thing off.
And he tacks on the extra point. Now that they have the lead, this kickoff unit has to stay in their lane, create some field position, and hand it over to the defense. He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Okay, one possession game. You've got some time to work with, but you have to make up some ground quickly, David.
Got to be smart. Can't throw in front of the sticks. Can't get tackled in front of the sticks. Make sure we're taking some shots down the field, chewing up some yards. Jesse, the defense will be vulnerable here.
Yeah, and I think because of that, David, offensively, you got to have a plan. You got to know where your best matchup is out on the perimeter and who can make the big catches here in small windows.
It's a reverse. They'll give him a couple, that leaves him with 3rd and 8. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. And that pass picked off. Even with minimal gain on the return, they're working with a short field from the 36.
That might be the nail in the coffin, fellas. This offense, they're trying to get back in the game. They're having to be aggressive. You're now going to have to start taking chances. And Aaron...